guys, it's me and today I'm here with a new video for you guys, and this one is a bit different because it's a tag but it's not a tag, I guess. I don't know. So I found this thing on Tumblr a while back and it's one of those like massive like question ask post thingies that you can find on Tumblr, and one of them actually popped up one day and I actually really found it to be interesting. And since I don't have that many followers on Tumblr, well, I do have a decent amount of followers, it's just that nobody is really on there anymore, so nobody really sees my posts there that often. So if you want to follow me on my main Tumblr, link is down in the description box below. I thought that I would just answer these questions here on my YouTube channel. So I guess this is a tag video, I guess. I know there's a Metalhead Tag somewhere out there. I just can't remember where it's at. I don't know if I have it saved on my computer somewhere, but I have these questions here, so I'm just gonna answer these for now. The first question is favorite subgenre. My favorite subgenre is a tie between symphonic metal and progressive metal. Technically, symphonic metal does fall under the prog label and everything, but people still consider it to be two separate things, so that's what I'm saying. It's a tie between prog and symphonic metal. Number 2, black or death metal. Oh, I really like both, but the thing is though is that I don't listen to either of them that often. But recently I've been finding a lot of like really cool black metal bands, but I guess you could probably say they're more like blackened death metal bands, I guess. I can't really say. This is a tough one for me. Number 3 is 3 favorite bands. I don't have a third on like my favorite bands of all time, but I do have 2. And those are Epica being my number 1 and Delane being my number 2. Number 4 is 3 least favorite bands. Ooh. Ooh, I don't know. I don't know. A lot of the bands that I listen to I thoroughly enjoy. And like, can't really think of any of like 3 least favorites. And I could think of 2 because of like I'm not the biggest fan of how the bands are run and everything. Actually no, I can actually think of 3 actually, never mind. Like, I guess like just based off of like how the people are in these bands, because I'm not the biggest fan of some of the people in these bands. Those bands will be Nightwish, Xandria, and Leaves Eyes. But with those bands I still really enjoy their music, it's just that the people probably aren't the best people out there. Number 5, thrash metal or grindcore thrash. Even though I don't listen to either of those subgenres very often, I'll always go with thrash instead, because honestly I don't even know if I listen to any grindcore bands at all, or if I've even listened to any before, so yeah, thrash. Number 6, heaviest song you've ever heard. This is difficult because like what constitutes as heavy to one person might not be heavy to another. I could say the one, like the most recent heaviest song that I've ever heard, and that is Contaminate Me by Leprous. I think that's how you pronounce their name, I'm not sure. But recently, I think that's like the heaviest song that I've heard recently. Number 7, 3 overrated bands. Nightwish is definitely number 1. Everyone makes them out to be like the divine beings within the symphonic metal genre. Yeah, they really did put the genre out there, but they're not the like the one-all be-all symphonic metal band out there. I mean, if you like symphonic metal, you definitely need to listen to them, because I mean, like I said, they're the ones who really put it out there on the map and everything, and really like made it as big as it is. So you need to have that appreciation for them. But they're just so overrated because every symphonic metal band gets compared to them, or really any metal band that has an opera singer in them. Metallica, they're overrated and I'm not even a fan of them, and it's just my personal taste. Except for that one song, like that one song that they did with Lady Gaga. I can't remember the name of it because I only listened to it once, but I actually really enjoyed that song. That song was really good. I do like Evanescence, but I really do think that they're very overrated, because kind of similar to how like with Nightwish and like all these other bands getting compared to them, almost every like darkly inclined metal band with a female singer gets compared to Evanescence and it's so annoying. Like several years ago, people would compare Epica to Evanescence, even though they're completely different genres and completely different styles of metal, but yet still people compared them, which made absolutely no sense to me. Yeah, I think Evanescence is gonna be the third one for me. But like I said, I still really enjoy Evanescence, and I'm so excited for Synthesis. I'm so excited for it. Number 8, Metallica or Megadeth? Neither, because I don't like either of those bands. Number 9, folk metal or Viking metal? Definitely folk metal. I haven't listened to enough Viking metal to actually say Viking metal, but I have listened to a decent amount of folk metal, so I have to go with that instead. Number 10, melodic or technical death metal? Ooh. Ooh. This is tricky. Because the thing that I love about technical death metal is the fact that it tends to be a bit more chaotic. But also, like, there are times when you don't want to listen to stuff that's really chaotic. You want to listen to stuff that's a bit more structured and, like, typical and everything. But also with melodic death metal, it's just, like, one tone, it's just like one voice and everything, and I like harmonies and the layering of vocals and everything, so I think I'll go with technical death metal. And so I tend to listen to tech death a little bit more often anyway, so yeah, I'll go with tech death. 11, 3 most metal countries in your opinion? Let's see, probably Finland, Sweden, and the Netherlands for me. Like for Finland, you have very iconic power metal bands coming out of Finland, and then Sweden, you have a bunch of like iconic like melodic death metal bands come out of there, and then the Netherlands, you have so many iconic progressive and symphonic metal bands come out of there. So yeah, that's why I say those 3. Number 12, 3 underrated bands. This is extremely difficult for me because I listen to so many like underground, underrated, obscure bands, so to only pick out 3 is extremely difficult for me. I'm just gonna pull out 3 on the top of my head. I don't know if they're underrated. I think they kind of are in a way, but at the same time they're not, and that's Trees of Eternity, which I'm actually wearing my Trees of Eternity shirt right now, which is why I thought about it. Ruins of Elysium, I really, really love Ruins of Elysium. Their music's really great. Very dramatic symphonic metal with a tenor as their lead singer, and Drake, he has such a great voice, and their lyrics are really, really great, and their sound is just wonderful, so I really like them. The only other band that's coming to mind for underrated bands that I can think of is A Sound of Thunder. They're a heavy metal band with a proggy vibe to it. It's not like progressive metal, but it has that slight prog vibe to it. And I really like their stuff, and I'm so excited because they're going to be continuing on the story of Udaroth soon. I'm very excited for that. And also, if you've never listened to A Sound of Thunder, you really need to. Like, if anything, listen to Udaroth, Who Do You Think We Are, and Kill That Bitch For Me. Those 3 songs are so good. I love them songs to death. Number 13, what band got you into metal? Oh, this is difficult. Because I got into new metal when I was like in my tween years, so like 11 and 12. But like first ever like actual metal band that I ever got into was, I think, Within Temptation. That was the first metal band that I ever discovered on my own, which I discovered them through their song Memories, and I was 12 years old. And I think the video that I heard that song on is still up, and I wonder if it still is, because that was like 10 years ago. But when it came to like new metal bands, like I was listening to like Linkin Park, Flyleaf, 3 Days Grace, and I think I was also listening to Breaking Benjamin. I can't remember if I was back then or not. I can't remember. But I know for a fact that Flyleaf, Linkin Park, and 3 Days Grace were definitely bands that I was listening to. Number 14, best guitarist. Ooh, I'm probably going to go with Isaac Delahaye. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I'm not 100% sure. He's Epica's lead guitarist. I really, really like him. Like, I love the riffs that he comes up with, and as well as like the guitar solos, the solos. I really love the solos that he comes up with. They're so good. Number 15, best drummer. For favorite drummer, I'm going to go with another member of Epica, and that is Arjen van Wezenbeek. Such an energetic drummer. If you've seen the Retrospect show, like, you'll know that, like, he pretty much has, like, batteries up his ass. Like, he has so much energy and just does some amazing, amazing drum solos. Number 16, best vocalist. This is so difficult because so many factors are coming into my mind, like most talented and versatile vocalists and everything. I want to like base it off of like technicality and skill wise and everything. I don't want to go like based off of like my bias as to like my favorite band of all time. This is so difficult for me because they're all so good in their own specific ways. Really, the only one that's coming to mind right now is Floor Jansen. So I'm thinking I'm gonna go with her. Number 17, best bassist. Definitely Chaos from Unexpect. He is such a great bassist, and also he has a 9-string bass. Like, if you've never listened to Unexpect, definitely give them a listen. Their bass solos are so gorgeous. They're so good. I wish that they were still together, but sadly they're not. But I think Chaos is still active in the scene, if I'm not mistaken. And I think the band that he's in currently are working on their debut album still. So I think so. I haven't heard anything about that project in a very long time though. Number 18, clean vocals or harsh vocals? I like both. I like it when it's a mixture of the both. But typically speaking, I tend to go after clean vocals a bit more. So I think cleans. 19, 3 bands you just can't get into. Metallica, Megadeth, and Pantera. There you go. Number 20, when did you get into metal? When I was 12, like I mentioned earlier. 21, why do you love metal so much? I love the rawness of it. Like, and it's raw in so many ways. If it's a song that's like centered around aggression, the aggression is very raw. If it's very emotional, the emotions are very raw. And a lot of times with particularly the music that I listen to, like the lyrics, like when it comes to like lyrics that are very like serious and everything, the lyrics are very raw when touching on those subjects and everything. And so I love the rawness of it and the fact that it's not like sugar coated or anything like they put out there, that is just like, this is what's going on, this is how we feel about it, and this is what we want to be done about it, or what should be done, or what it's being done with it. And that's why I really, really love metal music. I really like it a lot. And it's also so versatile. There are so many different subgenres of metal out there. And there's so many different ways that you can actually create a metal sound. 22, 3 favorite band logos. I haven't really paid attention to band logos in a long time. I really like Epica's current logo. With the E and then the triangle and the snake eating its tail. I really like that. I really like Akado's logo. I really like their logo. It's different, it's cool. And Diabolus and Musica, they have a really cool logo as well. I really like theirs too. 23, Faster Heavy. Ooh, probably Heavy for me. Because it's like, I don't listen to a lot of fast stuff. I mean, yeah, there are times where the music can get fast, but it's not like, say, like, when I think of like fast paced metal music, I think of like speed and thrash metal. I tend to go after stuff that's a bit more heavy and everything, like strong, like a strong bass presence and everything. So I guess I'll go with heavy. Number 24, favorite NWOBHM band. What the fuck is that? New wave of British heavy metal. Okay, out of all these bands that are showing up on Google right now, the only one that I actually somewhat like is Judas Priest. And I actually just recently started listening to them and actually like listening to them. So, yeah, I've only listened to a few songs of theirs, but of everything that I've heard so far, I've been really enjoying. So, yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of like classic styled heavy metal, as you guys can probably tell. 25, favorite black metal band. Ooh. Ooh. Like long-term favorite, definitely Cradle of Filth. They're the first extreme metal band that I ever got into. But recently, like a new black metal band that's come out into the scene is called Empyrean Throne, I believe is their name. I'm pretty sure that's their name. And I'm really, really enjoying their music. It's very different and it's very much in your face and I love it. It's really good. Definitely check them out. One of my favorite songs that I've heard by them so far, hold on, I have it on a list here on my computer. Se nomini tua da gloria. That song right there is insane. It's such an insane song. It's so powerful and dramatic and crazy. I fucking love it. And 26, favorite death metal band. Probably Flesh God Apocalypse. Is a tie between Flesh God Apocalypse and Septic Flesh. I really, really love both of those bands. But I think I like Flesh God Apocalypse just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. 27, favorite thrash metal band. This is difficult because I don't listen to that much thrash metal at all. I guess Butcher Babies because they are going in a bit more of a thrashy direction now. So I guess I'll go with them. 28, glam metal, yes or no? I don't know if I've ever listened to a glam metal band or not, so I can't say. I love the aesthetic of it, but I don't know about the music. 29, 3 most influential metal bands. Ooh, the first 3 that come to mind for me are going to be Nightwish, Evanescence, Black Sabbath. I'm not very familiar with a lot of their stuff, but with being like getting into like doom metal and everything, and like a lot of like doom metal bands that have like a classic doom vibe to them, all of them get compared to Black Sabbath, so I'm gonna say them. And lastly, number 30 is favorite crossover genre. Would it be wrong to say avant-garde metal? Would that be wrong to say? Because I mean, it's a subgenre where it fuses multiple genres together to get their sound. I mean, is that a good answer? Would symphonic metal be considered a crossover genre or not? I don't know. If symphonic metal can be considered a crossover genre, then I'll say that. But if not, then I'll go with avant-garde metal. And that is it for the 30 metal-ass questions tag thingy that I found on Tumblr. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know it's a bit different from what I've done in the past, and like I said, it's kind of like a tag, but it's also kind of not a tag. I will have all the questions linked down in the description box below, so if you guys want to make a video on you answering these questions, you can do so. And also, like, comment down in the description box below, like, the answers to your favorite questions, because I'd like to find out what you think on certain metal subgenres and, like, bands and whatnot, because I love finding new bands to listen to, so yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new here to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And also, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, because that'll help me out a lot. All my links are down in the description box below. And until I see you guys in my next video, whenever the hell that may be, goodbye.